Beautiful Anonymous changes each week. It defies genres and expectations. For example, our most recent episode, I talked to a woman who survived a murder attempt by her own son. But just the week before that, we just talked the whole time about Star Trek. We've had other recent episodes about sexting in languages that are not your first language, or what it's like to get weight loss surgery. It's unpredictable, it's real, it's honest, it's raw. Get Beautiful Anonymous wherever you listen to podcasts.
And like a really loving sort of, I love you but stuff it sort of way.
Yeah. Love you but stuff it.
Yeah.
Perfect.
'Cause it's Witchcast.
Okay, hi, welcome.
Hello. So this is Witchcast.
Witchcast podcast. I'm Kate.
I'm Emily.
Our topic today is crystals.
Crystals.
Looking at you like, please help. I don't know what I'm talking about. No, I do. I don't, but I'm learning. It was just like
We're talking today about like healing crystals, the history of them, the use of them, how you can get into them now, and we have a guest here.
Yeah.
Hi, my name is Laura. I am a crystal healer, among other things.
Hi, Laura.
Welcome, Laura.
Hey, Laura. So, Laura, you tell us a little bit about what you do and how you got into it.
Perfect. So I run my own little healing business. It's literally just me. It's called Golden Willow Healing. I do Reiki, crystal healing, and access bars, which is a whole other thing. Access bars is basically like 32 points on your head. It's kind of like very specific head Reiki, but that's not what we're here to talk about.
Next time.
Anywho, next time.
Episode.
I got started on my wellness journey, which wellness is such a hard word because everyone's using it these days, but I can't think of a better one. So that's what I'll go with. I got started on my wellness journey because I realized I was at a point in my life where things weren't balanced. I was so stressed all the time. We live in busy times and we live in New York City. It's a busy place. It's hard. Yeah. I was constantly stressed. I was dealing with major anxiety attacks. And I will never forget one day I couldn't find a belt and I was on the floor in a ball crying.
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
We have all been there. And when I finally got off the floor, I thought, this isn't going to work.
Yeah.
This is not going to work long term.
Yeah. And
so taking a step back, I realized, I was going to yoga, but like a hot power flow all the time, right? That's not.
Is that when you're sweating a lot? And
like a hot vinyasa.
It's like a workout.
It's like a workout, and I do love it.
Yeah.
I'm not talking shit about hot vinyasa, but it's just I was like, okay, Laura, how are you, balancing your busy life? I wasn't. I was just going at 100 miles an hour all the time, and starting to take care of myself, I realized a lot of people were like, take these medications kind of for everything. Now, I want to be very clear that I'm not here to tell anyone not to take care of themselves. If you have a sinus infection, I got crystals for you, and you should check out a Z-Pack, right? Let's really take care of your full self.
Yeah. Z-Packs.
Yeah. Love those. They're the worst. But I just realized my whole life, right? I started getting migraines when I was little, and I had doctors putting me on adult Advil when I was in kindergarten.
Wow.
So I just took a step.
Heavy stuff.
I'm like, okay, well, I'm not even 30. Do I even have a stomach lining anymore? I don't know.
Wow.
So I just wanted to find a path that worked for me that wasn't solely based around pharmaceuticals.
Yeah.
And that's how I got into these alternative healing modalities, and they helped so much.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's cool, man. Fuck it, pharma.
Yeah,
I got rocks.
Get out of my face.
It's not for everything.
It's not for everything.
Some things, but it's not for everything.
Yeah, I mean,
exactly. Take care of yourself. Go to the doctor when you need to. And also, crystals can help. It's about having all these different options, all these tools in your toolbox, and you know intuitively, you know what your body needs.
Right.
So listening to that.
I think that's a really great mentality, and I think a lot of people feel this way of the blending of Western medicine with what some people think of Eastern or more wellness or homeopathic, more natural kind of work as well. I think that's a really lovely way to approach your health. Why not attack it from all sides?
Yeah, that's my.
But also,
thought.
we're pro vaccinations. I am, at least. I can't. I shouldn't speak for you guys, but
definitely pro vaccinations here.
Yeah, I'll go on the record saying I think vaccinations should happen.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So all three of us are agreed.
I'm willing to go on the record in favor of vaccines.
That is stance we just took.
We're going to get feedback, I think.
We're going to get so much feedback. So that's a perfect segue, I think, into what, we're talking about today and looking at is then, so how did so many people get to this point and what the history is? So, Emily, I know you did some research.
Yes. I looked basically into the history of like healing crystals and like various stones and things and just people using stones and crystals through the years in different ways. And being honest, the more I dug into this, the more this could be like a 14-hour thing, so we're not going to do that.
Season 4, only crystals.
Right. It's a crystal miniseries.
Yes.
But the basic overview is, so crystal healing is an alternative medicine technique that uses semi-precious stones and crystals such as quartz, amethyst, or opals. And adherents of the technique will tell you that these have healing powers, or that they, in other ways, can like work with your body's flow, your energies. It's a lot about chakras, I think, in a more modern sense in terms of what we're talking about. But but there's been a lot of
thumbs up.
Yeah.
But there have been a lot of other interesting things that have been done with stones over the years. A lot of when you look at the history of this, you're looking at not just Eastern traditions like talking about chakras, or talking about like in China they used jade for a very long time, but also I feel like this is all over the place because I'm trying very hard to, summarize.
You're doing great.
Thanks,
guys.
Big subject.
But the ancient roots, first of all, ancient Egypt, China. I guess what's really interesting about it is that they appear all over the world. And so it's really hard to say that it
everywhere.
came from any one place, because it was being used in Mexico, in China, in Egypt, in ancient Greece. So it isn't from any one specific tradition that we got here. It's like, this is just a thing that people, from time immemorial, have thought, I like a stone,
Well, yeah, I mean, it makes sense, right? Rocks were everywhere. They're gorgeous. I mean, like, lapis lazuli, was, and they used that in, even necklaces and urns, I'm assuming. I looked at things in museums. Also, Minecraft has it.
Also Minecraft.
Also, a fun fact I just recently read: crystals are referenced in the Bible over 200 times.
What?
Yeah. Oh, actually,
Yeah. You have that fact too?
I started reading it, and I ended up copy pasting a whole section about it because I just got so far down the rabbit hole that I was like, I can't summarize
It's
this.
so much information because as people, we've been attracted to rocks since the dawn of time.
Yeah.
Forever.
Here, I can give you a little, I think this was just
Yes.
from Wikipedia, but if you want to talk about the Bible side of it, the first Jewish historian Josephus believed that there was a connection between the 12 stones in Aaron's breastplate, signifying the tribes of Israel as described in the book of Exodus, the 12 months of the year, and the 12 signs of the zodiac. And so you start real early.
I love that.
And then that also relates into birthstones and people talking about which, when I was in India, they were going okay, so if you were born in October, this stone is the one that you should buy, kind of thing. And it's interesting that stuff is just everywhere.
And it's been everywhere
forever.
Yeah. Ancient Egypt had some really interesting stuff. They used, as you said, lapis lazuli, but also turquoise, carnelian, emeralds, and clear quartz in their jewelry. And they also carved funerary amulets out of the same stuff, or grave amulets. And they used the stones mostly for protection, for health, but also for cosmetics. Galena, which was lead ore, was ground up into a powder and used for kohl, which is the eyeshadow.
Super
Great.
healthy.
Super healthy.
Really
yeah.
great. Highly
I won't
recommend
even get into the history of lead in makeup, but that's a whole other thing.
That should be our slogan. That's a whole
other thing. But they used stones primarily for protection, health, and also to combat night terrors and purge evil spirits, which is
Classic.
the kind of thing that we talk about now, which is taking negative energy and all that sort of thing.
Yeah.
One of the more interesting ones that I found in terms of the history of stones in use and how it's so pervasive across the globe is that green stones in general have been used pretty much everywhere to signify different things, but green stones are specifically show up in all sorts of different cultures. So in ancient Egypt, they signified the heart of the deceased and were included in burials. They were also used similarly in ancient Mexico. Jade was, of course, highly valued in ancient China. And you still see jade jewelry and that kind of thing. Is there's the bracelets that if you some forget what, it's like a homeopathic technique, but there's like a jade bracelet that a friend of mine used to wear when she was studying that stuff. Now she's in regular medical school. She wanted to do both.
Yeah. That's awesome.
And it was jade was also recognized as a kidney healing stone in China and in South America. And the Maoris of New Zealand also considered it lucky.
Awesome.
So it's a crazy wide world. The ancient Greeks also were super into crystals. And many of the names that we use today are from Greek origins. The word crystal itself comes from the Greek word for ice, because it was believed that clear quartz was water that had frozen so deeply it would always remain solid.
Yeah, that checks out. That sounds about right.
The
You
word
could say
amethyst.
that holds water.
Yeah. Ooh.
Oh.
Ah.
I'm sorry.
No, I love it.
Forgive me.
That was well done.
Thank you.
You're fitting right in. This is perfect.
Yeah, and then so the word amethyst means not drunken and was worn as an amulet to prevent drunkenness and hangovers.
Yes.
The whole story behind amethyst is also banana pants. So some god or goddesses, some woman was walking to pray to some goddess, and a god got mad at her, so turned her into crystal, like a clear quartz, because how dare she not be praising him. And then later he felt bad, so he poured wine on it, and
to make
turned
it purple. That's the myth behind amethyst. I love that.
That's great.
Yeah, that also sounds about right. It's
Yeah.
like some milk.
That's fun. That's
Yes.
cool.
Solid science.
I actually probably should have worn amethyst last night.
Did you go out?
Yeah, a little
yeah.
hungover.
Happens to the best of us.
I do feel like it helps. Okay, go on.
Oh, and then just there were lots of different uses of stones in ancient Greece, but the last one that's kind of interesting is the Greek soldiers would rub hematite over their bodies before battle because they thought it made them less vulnerable.
I love that.
Which is interesting.
I just love the idea. It's like I feel like there's and I mean you cross this in your research too, but there's so many like poo-pooers of this stuff, right? There's so much criticism about everything underneath the mysticism or wellness or witch umbrella, especially a lot by men, I feel like resoundingly I hear from. But like it's like, dude, there's these bulked up huge, like, think the mountain in Game of Thrones, at least that's how I picture them, like Greek soldiers like using hematite to like protect them in battle, and it's like, oh, but like Chad over here thinks it's bullshit. Like, come on.
Well, it doesn't say whether or not it worked,
but but still, if they thought they did it, like, I mean,
no, I mean, ritual is important regardless of what you believe or don't, you know.
Yeah.
and if it makes you feel good, you know, I mean, even if you were coming at it from a skeptical side of things, even if it has a placebo effect, if the placebo effect makes you happy and changes your attitude, changing your attitude is proven to change the
Right.
Yeah, if the placebo effect works, the whole thing still works. It's still working.
Yeah. Which is what we're finding in a lot, like what we're coming to in a lot of our research and exploration in the witch universe. It's like, who cares if it like scientifically works or not? If it makes you feel good, if it works for you, if it improves your life and you're not hurting anyone, like,
yeah, I mean, and that's a lot of what religion is too.
Yeah,
It's like,
exactly. Just do it then. Fine, cool.
And I personally would rather be in that boat of believing in magic.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right? If you look at these stones, they come out of the ground.
Yeah.
The earth makes them.
Yeah.
How is that not magical?
Yeah.
So,
That's
I
a good
mean,
point.
yeah,
you
it's
can
magical that they exist at all.
Yeah, exactly. So you can sit there and, you know, be snarky about science, or life is short. Just have some fun.
I also think it's just like kind of ironic when people are like, oh, crystals, okay, but then they'll go spend like $250,000 on a diamond. Like,
Right.
all right.
Also, what's
Right.
the diamond for
Yeah.
then? Right?
Right.
It's like, it's just a rock, guys. Okay, continue, Emily. Sorry.
It's a rock with a meaning that's imbued on it.
Exactly.
It's all just about your perspective.
Yeah.
And that's, I mean, honestly, the other things that I wanted to touch on real quick, we talked a little bit about birthstones, but there are also, other than healing crystals, there's also a history of like crystal balls also sort of falls under this category if we're talking about crystals. I think initially when we started talking about this, we wanted to talk about healing crystals and body healing and like body magic, which I would love to hear about Reiki a little bit also before we
Sure.
if you want to talk about it. But so crystal balls would also sort of fall into this category in that they are also a crystal, but very different thing, which is that generally they'd be associated with the performance of clairvoyance or scrying. And
Which
they've
will
been
be
used
another
that way.
episode as well.
Yeah. We'll have to. We'll come to that later, but they've been around since at least the 1st century AD. Pliny the Elder described the use of crystal balls as a way to, or for people that were doing the scrying thing, or trying to see into the future or the present, or otherwise divine some sort of information. And by the 5th century AD, it was widespread within the Roman Emperor.
Wow.
Or empire, not within the emperor.
The
I got
emperor.
you. I was
Sunday
with you.
mornings are hard. Scrying was widespread within the Roman Empire and was condemned by the early medieval Christian church as heretical. You may be surprised to learn.
Wow.
Wow.
Shocker. The Christian church.
So this is we
Strikes
talked a
again.
lot about this in our history of witchcraft episode.
Yeah.
But I mean it's the church shut down a lot of things that drew power away from them in any way, shape, or form. So
Yeah.
this would not be a surprise that they would not want that around. Apparently, there was a British doctor, Dr. John Dee, who was a mathematician, astronomer, astrologer, geographer, and consultant to Queen Elizabeth I, who devoted a lot of his life to alchemy, divination, and hermetic philosophy, including the use of crystal balls, which is interesting because that was not that long ago.
Yeah, I didn't know that. Yeah.
They don't talk about that on The Crown.
No.
Yeah, right. And crystal gazing was also a popular pastime in the Victorian era, and was claimed to work best when the sun is at its northernmost declination.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. That makes sense. Because it's like high, lot of light. Okay, go on.
So that's just a little quick overview of what you might think about when you're thinking about a crystal ball. I really, honestly, like I said, I kind of ended up jumping around a lot with this, but the basic overview is, in terms of how we got here, a lot of different ways. When you think about healing crystals and how they're used today, you're really talking about the combination of a lot of ancient knowledge and ancient thought, and also new ideas and like bringing chakras into the Western world and combining it with all these different crystals and stones that people have felt attached to in different cultures and in different ways for a long time. So when we talk about chakras, we're talking about various focal points in the body that are used in a bunch of different ancient meditation practices as basically energy points, sort of, right? I mean, that's kind of the idea is that
they're energy centers in the body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go. There we go. The concept, I think, comes from early Hindu traditions, but also shows up in like Buddhist texts and in yoga and that kind of thing. You'd probably hear about it, but it's basically the different chakras. You might have one in like your throat, your on your forehead is like your third eye, and just in different places all over the body. And they sort of are mindfulness centers. Someone help me. I don't know what I'm talking about.
No, you're definitely on the right track, and I have a book recommendation as well.
Oh, yeah.
For this, it's called Eastern Body, Western Mind. I really don't know how to say this person's name.
Take a stab.
Anandia Judith.
Yeah.
But Eastern Body, Western Mind really delves into chakras from a Western psychological standpoint.
Oh, I love that.
It's fascinating.
That sounds exactly what our kind of,
It's combining, it's combining East and West and really
Yeah.
giving you the best of both worlds. And I find the book to be an incredibly useful text, and I reference it often.
That's awesome. Yeah. You also brought a book with you. Can you talk a bit about it?
Yeah, the Book of Stones, Who They Are and What They Teach.
Yeah.
By Robert Simmons. It's a lovely book, classic crystal textbook. Lots of beautiful pictures. There's lots of contributions by other crystal experts in here, which is great. So yeah, Book of Stones, I highly recommend, by Robert Simmons and Naisha Asian.
I don't know.
Perfect.
Sounds
Perfect.
good to me.
And there's another book I don't have with me called Love is in the Earth by Melody. Just
Love it.
Melody.
I love it.
Like Cher.
Yeah.
She doesn't need a last
One
name.
Yeah.
And Melody is someone. The book is out of print, but you can get it on Amazon. That's where I got mine. Just Love is in the Earth by Melody. It'll come right up. She's someone who wrote the book in 70s or 80s. That time frame doesn't really matter. But she was a scientist.
Oh.
Like a geologist, I believe.
Oh.
A scientist who just fell in love with the metaphysical, spiritual aspects of crystals and
I
wrote a whole
love
book.
that.
That's really
so
cool.
she's combining the science and the spirituality.
She's pretty spiritual.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But I always love a science background.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same. So I kind of started looking into crystals from like basically the New Age movement, 60s and 70s into today. But when I looked more into the New Age movement, that also could be a whole other episode in and of itself.
Yeah.
So basically it kind of started in the late 19th century with the Theosophical Society announced a coming New Age. I'm going to skip a lot of this because we don't have time. And then we get into the 1940s. Oh, by the way, the co-founder of the Theosophical Society, her name was Helena Petrovna Blavatsky.
Oh, that's funny. That's
Yeah.
my name, too.
Yeah, I was like, wow, that's so weird. What a coincidence. And then the 1940s, Alice A. Bailey, who was the founder of the Arcane School, an organization that was like, had spiritual teachings. She was like really into this idea of like a new messiah appearing in the last quarter of the 20th century. There's a lot of like weird culty schools, I think, that were just like, this is coming, the end is coming, new messiah is coming, and that's familiar, right? All religions say that. Mm-hmm. But that all is still tied into like the origins of New Age movement. So in the 1960s, a new organization, the Universal Foundation, appeared, and it had a really rich leader, of course, Anthony Brooke. And he started traveling a lot and predicting that this apocalyptic event would occur during the Christmas season of '67, and the Beatles broke up. No, I'm just kidding. No, that was '69. No, nothing happened. But anyway, even though it didn't take, like, the world didn't end, an international network of New Age groups, like, emerged from these, like, travels and teachings of him. So in the 1970, American theosophist David Spangler, who, like, he's from that kind of, society that Helena started, he founded the Findhorn Foundation, where he developed the fundamental idea of the New Age movement. He believed that the release of new waves of spiritual energy signaled by certain astrological changes, for example, the movement of the Earth into a new cycle known as the Age of Aquarius, had initiated the coming of the New Age. The New Age movement is a body of diverse believers with two simple ideas. It predicted that a new age of heightened spiritual consciousness and international peace would arrive and bring an end to racism, poverty, sickness, hunger, and war.
That would be so nice.
That would be nice, right?
Yeah. I'm so glad that came true 20 years ago.
Yeah.
No, it was like...
Yeah, that would be the dream.
This social transformation would result from the massive spiritual awakening of the general population during the next generation. That's what they believed. Second, that individuals could obtain a foretaste of the New Age through their own spiritual transformation.
Can I just touch on that really quickly?
Yeah.
They sell crystals at Urban Outfitters now, so I think that part's coming true.
Yeah, I mean, well, like, if you think about
I was going to say, and that's us.
This is adding up.
So the initial changes would put the believer on sadhana, a new path of continual growth and transformation. And if you think about it, these were baby boomers. So these were all of our parents during their hippy dippy days, believing that the next generations to come, us, would like continue this growth. And
And now they're like, buy houses, buy diamonds.
There's gay characters on TV commercials. I feel like we're getting closer.
We're moving forward.
We're moving forward. Okay, so
2 steps forward, 1 step back.
Yeah, right.
2 steps forward, 1 step back.
Oh, God. Sometimes it's a half
1,
step.
2, 3
That's
steps
a
back.
whole nother
It's
thing.
basically life is just a giant square dance. So like the traditional occult practices, tarot, astrology, yoga, meditation, mediumship, they're integrated into the movement as tools to assist the personal transformation that they believed in. Transpersonal psychology, an approach that's what it's called, to combine Eastern mysticism and Western rationalism to understand psychological health and spiritual well-being, which is like, wow, what a cool term.
I love that.
And other new academic disciplines that study states of consciousness, encouraging the belief that consciousness-altering practices such as Zen meditation, and I'm sure LSD, could be practiced apart from their particular context, like apart from like where they originate from. Like basically what modern like spiritualism is today, and everything that we're talking about on this podcast is like we can just kind of pick and gather from what we like and use it to our own usage.
The point is to become more spiritually in touch with yourself and enlightened, and
It's-
it doesn't matter how you get there. I guess.
Exactly. Like
As long as it's
everything's
not like murdering people. That's
Right.
probably not it.
Yeah.
Probably not the best way
probably
to do
not
it.
the best.
You know what?
So crystal.
Who am I to judge?
Yeah. Well, we're not condoning that.
We stand behind vaccines.
Yes.
We don't stand behind murder.
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah, I think
We're
can-
taking
yes.
a public stance here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, we're coming out against murder.
Yeah.
This is an anti-murder podcast.
We are anti-murder. The act, not necessarily the interest in true crime.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on.
We will listen to your murder podcast,
Yes.
but please don't murder anybody for it.
Right. Okay, so crystals were identified with the New Age movement when it peaked in the 80s. Many New Agers thought that they had psychic abilities and became known as channels. Either consciously or in a trance, they claimed that it established contacts with various preternatural. I don't know what that means. What is preternatural? I just copy paste.
Preternatural? I think it's like
not
supernatural.
nat-
Like, yeah, of like,
Yeah.
you know.
Not
Like,
natural.
I think-
Sure.
I think.
I don't know.
Sure.
Before. I don't know. And the extraterrestrial entities who spoke to them through a wide range of spiritual, philosophical, and psychological topics.
Oh, I have a definition for you.
Oh, thank you.
Preternatural means beyond what is normal or natural.
Yeah, beyond. I like that.
Extraordinary, out of the ordinary, uncommon, anomalous,
Yeah,
phenomenal.
cool. I like all those words. I want all of those words to describe me in my life.
They do.
Oh,
You're phenomenal.
So one channeler.
You're preternatural.
I'm preternatural. I'm preternatural, bitch. I'm just thinking of a t-shirt.
I know. I
You
saw
can
it.
see.
You can't see if you're listening, but Kate's hands went across the front of her chest as if to say a t-shirt slogan goes here.
It's like, yeah, it's like glittery pink letters in script. Okay, so Frank Albert, he proposed the use of he was a channeler. I don't know, some dude. He proposed the use of crystals as healing transformative tools. Oh, by the way, all my info. This is from a Britannica article.
Sick.
Okay, the crystals were thought to be great reservoirs of energy and distinct healing and transformative powers that could be released for personal benefit. In the 80s, they were some of the most popular items in New Age stores and conventions. Of course, though, a lot of critics were, very happy to point out how unscientific the movement's claims for these crystals are. As still today, I mean, of course, for anything we talk about, there's critics, right?
Yeah.
And then at the end of the 80s, though, it was the Reagan era. I'm assuming people were like, no, I want to go to the mall. The New Age movement lost its momentum.
I want to go to the Crystal Light Challenge.
Yeah, they were like, I only want to snort crystals. Oh, crystal light. That's good. I missed that completely. Oh, that was brilliant.
Thanks.
I loved Crystal Light as a kid. I just
No,
like...
the Crystal Light Challenge, the dance.
Oh, I think you meant like a drink. The drink Crystal
It was
Light.
hosted by Crystal Light.
Wait, what was the challenge?
People in shiny, tight-ass unitards dancing around.
Yeah, that checks out.
Aerobics.
Yeah, that's amazing. I had no idea that existed, and I'm gonna go Google
The
videos
Crystal
of
Light
that later.
Challenge. It is so hours of entertainment.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, so moving into today.
You bring us so much beautiful information.
Yeah, I love it. You were
Thank you.
so informative. But after the Crystal Light Challenge, it kind of started to die down. And then now, though, more than 1/5 of adults in the West give credence to astrology. Equal number have practiced some form of meditation. And 3 to 5 million Americans identify themselves as New Agers or accepting and believing in the New Age movement in late 1980s. So it didn't completely die, but it definitely dwindled in popularity. And now it's resurging kind of again. And the demand for crystals with that has also resurged. So in major cities, in fashion and beauty industries, it's seen as a really big trend. On Etsy over the last decade, there was an article in Refinery 29 that the popularity of gemstones and druzy jewelry has really rocketed and gave way to consumer demand for quartz rock crystals, pendants, geode motifs. And this is from an article from June 2017 from the Pacific Standard by Madeline Thomas. she was saying last December, so I don't. In 2016, international trend forecaster, which I didn't know that was a job.
Right, yeah. How do I become an international trend forecaster?
Is that a degree? You get a college degree in that?
Yeah, I was going to say, is that like an MA program? Or
Yeah.
an MS? You read it like the weather.
You have to take like a Scantron test.
Yeah. It's like a heat map of like crystals coming across the Northeast.
Yeah, well, they totally forecasted and noted that mystic beauty, a category that includes spirituality themed products, beauty products infused with crystals, was on the rise in the 2016 Feature 100 Trends alert. So now the new target consumers, like we talked about, even though they were hot in the 70s with their moms and dads, they're now really the majority of the consumers are in their 20s and 30s today. So they're like brands have been repackaging this idea of, and then capitalizing on it, of mysticism and gems, connecting them back to their well-being kind of roots for this like millennial audience.
Right, because we're all about mindfulness and self-care.
Yeah, totally. We're the self-care generation. Right. So, like, yeah, let's do it. I'm okay with that. A lot of young celebrities are into them, like Kylie Jenner, Katy Perry, Miranda Kerr. In 2016, this... These people, do you know them?
Miranda Kerr.
Oh, why? What's wrong with her?
No, I just don't know who that is.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know who she is either. I know Katy Perry and Kylie Jenner are, though.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Also,
Miranda
Goop, I
Kerr.
think, has a lot.
Oh, yeah, Goop is super... Okay, so
Gwen?
there was a whole thing about Goop, but I didn't go into it.
Yeah, because they got really famous over the jade egg that you put up your hoo-ha, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And also...
I mean, they were already famous, but people talked about that a lot.
Crystal-infused water is, like, super big right now, which I'll talk a little bit about in a second.
Which I love, but and get whatever you want, but you don't actually have to spend like $90 on a water bottle.
Right.
You can just do your research and put a crystal in it.
Yeah.
But really, I stress do your research because things like malachite have, toxic chemicals in water. So just, just do a quick Google.
Yeah.
Don't roll the dice and just drop any crystal into
Yeah,
water.
no, please don't.
Yeah. You have the internet for a reason. Yes. Yeah. It's not just porn, guys. Okay.
Porn and crystals, that's it.
So, what's really funny though is that it's become this huge trend, and even though with the millennial generation, our generation, we're not known as a generation for being religious. Just half of us that were born between 81 and 96 believe with certainty that God exists. And only 4 out of 10 say that religion's important in their lives. This is according to a 2015 Pew study.
So some of those people out of that 10 are lying.
But and that's the thing is I think also we're part of this generation that's like kind of breaking down what the idea of religion even is, right? Like, what does that mean for us? We're like, okay, we're not so much into this like dogmatic traditions that we were raised with, our parents were raised with. We're trying to find new ways
inquisitive.
Yeah,
we just want to unpack the whole thing and really just get to the bottom of it, see what works and see what doesn't.
Well, and I feel like our parents, being from the baby boomer like new agey generation, already had like some doubt or like we're moving on. Like I wasn't raised going to church, so my parents were, and then
it's like
so it's natural for me not to start now.
It's just like blending of cultures, interracial marriages, like like multi-generation Americans like losing the language or culture's constantly evolving and belief systems are constantly evolving, and that's what this podcast I think is really about, is us trying to figure out a belief system that we like and works for us, and just doing the research. Like we're just trying to educate ourselves, which I think a lot of people feel that way. Meaning we're not giving advice. Do not sue us. Okay. Yeah. This is purely informational.
None of this is meant to replace going to a doctor, a therapist.
Yeah. We're entertainment purposes only.
A yoga class.
Yeah. Purely our musings.
Yeah, totally. So anyway, there's a huge boom right now, of course, in wellness, industry. And I could go further into that, but that's not what we're talking about. But there's a 40% increase in Google searches for crystal healing in the past 4 years.
I love that.
And the percentage generally spikes in January, New Year, New You, and in February, of course, with Valentine's Day and probably sad seasonal
the sadness.
disorder.
Yeah. The sadness.
This is from a Guardian article, by the way, by Morwenna Ferrier from 2018. Okay, so it's also huge in fashion. So you have these huge fashion names really tying into the crystal, and not just using crystals in there as purely decorative, but also referencing the spirituality and beliefs and the healing powers that crystals have in their own, fashion line and in their inspiration. Pantone is like named a new color, ultraviolet, in 2018, saying that it represented the cosmos, the godly, the princely, and communicates originality, ingenuity, and visionary thinking. So they're like all brands are like tapping into this idea of that, and it makes sense because if you think about it, there's color therapy, there's like visual, therapeutic things are like, yeah, that makes sense. Like we like pretty things, we like attractive things, shiny things, and crystals are part of that. But it's interesting. It was interesting to me that they're like, these brands are really tapping into also the spirituality aspect of what these crystals
or
can mean.
more cynically tapping into our interest in the spirituality aspect.
Absolutely, that's what I meant.
I mean, any press is good press, right?
Yeah.
I'm all about people in the general public getting on board and learning more, and so I consider that to be a good thing, even though it really is just like designers wanting our money. But if it raises interest, I'd rather view it as something positive.
Yeah, and if it makes you happy, and also it's not hurting anyone. Like hopefully all these crystals are ethically mined. I don't know. That's a whole other subject.
That is a whole other thing. Yeah, that's what we can hope for. And it's like if people are going to spend ridiculous amounts of money on, say, fashion goods, why wouldn't it be? It's just nice. It's just nice that it also involves, crystals and spirituality from my point of view.
Yeah,
no,
I think
absolutely.
So.
Yeah.
So quickly, I found some other facts too about how we now use stones as metaphysical healing crystals and stones, but we use them in everything. Crystals are in everything we use nowadays. So you have quartz crystals were used in a lot of technology. They're
watches, phones, radios,
computers.
Yep.
But this was cool.
Radios.
Like
Brand new technology.
Brand new technology.
Turn on the old, I don't know, what do you call it? Radios? That was bad.
Yeah. What's the old-timey word for radio?
What's the old Victrola? No, that's not it.
I don't know.
We tried. Right. Cut that out.
Leave it in. But like if you think about it, silica crystals are used in those like dry packets they use in cat litter. That's a crystal. Like selenite is ground up for plaster. Did you know that quartz actually has the ability to store information on the tip of a pinhead? 150,000 bits of information can be stored.
I'm raising my hand because I did know that.
You did? Okay, Laura knew that. Well, she's our expert, so she did. I did not. I thought that was fascinating.
It's incredible.
It's so cool. Did you know we also have calcite crystals in our ears that help us keep balance? Like, we literally are made of crystals. Also, homing pigeons have magnetic crystals called lodestones in their brains. That's how they know where to go.
Wow.
There was like
I actually did not know that.
There was a study that put
Is it
battery...
like a magnet thing, or is it like...
Yeah, I don't know, but there was a study that put battery packs on them, and like the energy from the batteries fucked up with their crystals in their brains, and they got super confused.
No.
They're like,
birds.
pigeons are so dumb, but they're literally like crystal beings.
They're crystalline beings.
They're like little robots. It's so cool.
That would explain that look in their eye.
Yeah. Fluorite is in fluoride toothpaste. I'm wearing like a fluoride stone right now around my neck.
I see that little rainbow fluoride. I love it.
Thank you. Hematite is used to make nails and construction. I also love hematite. Like, it's so crazy to me. We use them everywhere. So it's just like, it makes it. I just didn't think of crystals that way before. I guess I always thought of them in the hippie way. Like,
Yeah, well, yeah, because I mean, it's like a piece of the earth. It's we use it for all sorts of different stuff.
Yeah, it's a resource. It's a resource in every sense of the term. So all that being said, there's a lot of different ways that people nowadays use crystals, and it's a really broad, vast subject that you can definitely look more into. But we wanted to talk a little bit about now how, different ways that you can actually go seek out crystals, buy them, use them, and all the different ways that you can take benefit from their, healing properties, or just if they look pretty. I mean, a lot of times people just like to buy them because they look nice, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that either.
There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. So in terms of stone selection, there's a lot of online shops, and I'm not inherently against online shops, but it can be difficult to kind of know what you're getting, or it's some of it, it's a magical crystal, right? In my preference, you want to be in the room looking at them. Now, if you have an online retailer that you know and trust, do your thing. I prefer to physically walk into a crystal shop, and it can be nice to just take a moment and take a breath, because there's a lot of sparkly things looking at you. And just so ground yourself for 2 seconds, and then generally kind of scan. What are you drawn to? What's calling your name, so to speak? And honestly, that's going to be the crystal that you should get.
Yeah.
One that's calling your name, because there's a reason you're drawn to it.
Yeah, actually, that's exactly what the article I was reading told me too. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like when I go to crystal shops or like spiritually new age shops, I feel very intimidated. There's so many different types. They're all so pretty, and oftentimes I'll like go hide in a corner, start googling like meanings of different ones.
Yeah, like trying to get the right one.
Yeah, I'm like, is this like, what does tourmaline mean again? Like, what do I want a grounding crystal. Which one's the best one to get? But what I end up usually doing is just like, there's one that I keep going back to that I'm like, I just really like this one. And then
it can be totally overwhelming.
Yeah.
It can be totally overwhelming. And I love what you said. You come back to almost always just getting the one that you were first drawn to.
Yeah.
Which I think is really important when you're in the shop selecting a stone. I mean, the people that work there are almost always super knowledgeable as well. So you can say, you can ask them, I'm really looking for a stone to help with abundance, and they can kind of guide you. But it is important to see what you connect with, because that's the base of this sort of spiritual magical work in the first place, is connecting with the stones. So if you're just Googling grounding tourmaline, okay, tourmaline, got it, but you don't feel any connection to the stone, it's really not gonna, in my opinion, serve you as well as
That's
something
a
that
good
you
point.
felt a connection to.
Also, I think with anything, like when you're shopping for anything, my new rule is like, do you love it? Like,
Exactly.
okay, don't buy
Does
this
it
shirt
spark
and-
joy?
Exactly. Right? Condo that shit. I love that. I love that approach. Yeah, because it's really for you. It's however you want to use it.
Yeah,
Like,
and a lot of them have a lot of different sort of possible interpretations and meanings. It's like a tarot card. It's
Right.
like, to a certain degree, like
Absolutely. So citrine is just what came into my head because I said abundance before. Citrine is a very common abundance stone, but people don't often realize it can also be a stone of intense grounding, which can be really good. And when you think about it, a tree needs roots to grow, right? So if you're using a stone for grounding, that's going to help you access your higher chakras as well. So you can from that one stone, that one citrine bright sunshiny stone, well, there I came to that now too, sunshine, it can help with lifting your mood. That one stone can help with so many things.
Yeah.
So I think that's important too. And now this is coming from a woman who has like almost 200 crystals, because
Wow.
I might have a problem.
We're here for you.
Thank you. I think people get very excited, and I get a lot of questions like, what 10 crystals should I get? I'm like, well, where'd that number come from? Honestly, I mean, get as many as you want, but you can start with just one. See how that feels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what should one do? Okay, let's say I went to the store, I found one that sparked joy, I bought it. Now what do I do?
So you've selected your crystal and you've brought it home. I always think it's nice to do a little bit of a cleansing ceremony. Now, some people think that crystals are just sitting in shops collecting shit, negative thoughts, things like that, and I'm not really of that, belief system. I think it's important to cleanse them either with smoke or water, some sustainably, responsibly sourced sage, something of that nature, just to kind of bring it into your home and sort of start this connection, right? You've picked this magical stone, you might as well start this connection with it. I'm less of the belief of you gotta smoke the demons out of it because it collected so many demons in the East Village or wherever.
There are many demons.
honestly, I've collected a lot of demons in these.
A lot of my demons are from the East Village.
Technically, I'm a demon in the East Village.
Oh, I love that.
So
it can just
are
be-
collecting me. Anyway, go on.
So it's just nice to bring it into your home and do sort of this, it's about the ceremony of cleansing, and it's a fresh start. You're home with me now. Let's start this work together. Now, I have another controversial opinion. Get ready.
Ooh.
A lot of people think every single stone needs to be programmed. The idea of programming a stone, like quartz specifically, which you talked about, it can store and retain knowledge, essentially. People think every single stone needs to have a job. I slightly almost don't agree with that. I think every stone inherently has a vibration and a thing, that it's doing. It generally, broadly speaking, black tourmaline is very grounding. That's generally what it's going to be doing. I think you can take that home, you can cleanse it, you can kind of make it your own. Hi, we're here, we're working together now, and you can just have it knowing it has that energy.
Yeah.
I don't think every single stone requires, I have these 3 jobs for you. Now, that can be a very powerful ceremony in and of itself if you're doing very specific work with a crystal. I just don't think every single time you bring a crystal home, you have to do that.
I didn't even know that was a thing. Like, so people, like, by programming, you mean, like, people, like, assign a role to that crystal in their lives? Like, you are for X.
Like
yes, exactly. Like an intention, or
I
say rose quartz. You know, it's a really just gentle, loving vibration stone. So I'd be like, rose quartz, I am putting you in my bathroom, and I'd like to work with you. We're programming you to really help me poop. No.
I want to make loving poops.
You know what? I love that. If that's what you're doing, perfect. No, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah. Sorry.
No, I'm poop positive.
Yeah, we are too. We're very poop friendly.
But I got lost.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
It's my
So
fault.
you have the rose quartz, and it's in the bathroom, and it's helping you poop, and it's helping you be more loving, and you can say, I want to remember to start with love when I look at myself in the mirror.
Oh, okay.
Because when we're in the bathroom, it's like a pressure cooker.
Yeah.
That like fresh in the morning, fresh out of the shower, like nothing to hide. It's hard. So you can set that programming with that crystal, or you can have a rose quartz and just say, you're really beautiful, and like, thank you for being in my home. It doesn't always have to be super intense.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Because I think that can be scary.
Yeah.
If someone thinks, okay, well, I want a crystal, but then I have to give them all jobs. It's like, you can kind of cycle through.
I don't want to be an entrepreneur. I don't need to own a business.
Right.
I saw a tweet that was really funny. I can't believe I'm quoting someone else's tweet on a podcast, but it was, do you know Julio Torres?
Yes, I love him.
Yeah, he tweeted, I don't know if crystals work, but I gave them all tiny desks just in case.
That's amazing.
I bought all mine tiny desks.
So great.
I retweeted
I
it.
did
thought
not
it was so
even
funny.
know that was a thing. I guess I just always bought them I mostly wear them. I just like to wear different crystals.
That's great too.
Yeah.
Basically what I'm trying to say is there's no wrong way to do
Right,
it.
right.
And I don't really prescribe to this notion of, well, you did A, B, and C. Now it's time to do steps 1, 2, and 3. And if you're not doing it, it's not going to work. Like, no. It's just about, loving
Whatever,
stone,
yeah.
taking care of it.
I think that's like what we find in like all of our research. It's been like just do you, man.
The only thing I will say is it's not great to keep crystals in direct sunlight
Oh,
for the most part because the sun can bleach them out.
Discoloration, yeah.
Yeah. Or I don't really love just like tossing them in a drawer and forgetting about them.
Yeah.
I just don't think they should be forgotten.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's about
Also,
it.
they're like pretty. I feel like having
put
them
'em out.
out.
Show
Yeah, show them off.
Make
So
them do the dishes.
Exactly. Give them a job. Your job is to clean the kitchen.
oh my god.
Your job is to clean the kitchen. Why not?
Like Snow White and the 7 crystals, and they're just like all like running around the house like cleaning. I don't know. I just have this image. Okay. So what about what do you think about like long-term keep? So I have these crystals now. I did some initial cleansing. I have, I have them out in my home or whatever, or wear them. Like, what do I do to keep upkeep? Like, do I need to clean them regularly? Like, clean them clear.
Just sort of the cleansing,
Yeah.
clearing. Yeah. You definitely can. And I think that should be something that sort of comes intuitively. Like you'll get a sense. Oh, I've been wearing this fluoride every day for 2 months. Maybe it's time to just give it a little smoky cleanse.
Yeah.
So I would just say follow your intuition with that. Some other general upkeep stuff I said, like don't leave them in the direct sunlight. I wouldn't necessarily forget about them in the back of the dirty, dusty drawer. I just think it's about maintaining sort of that relationship, right? Like if you have a beautiful amethyst geode in your bedroom and its sort of thing is to be there and be beautiful, like dust it off sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah.
It doesn't have to be a 2-hour sort of saging ritual. It can just be a moment of like, thank you, amethyst, and I'm gonna, clean the table that you're on because you're important to me.
Yeah.
And I value you enough to dust you off.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
It can also be sort of say, okay, so I hate the subway. I'm, another unpopular opinion.
You hate the New York City subway.
Can you believe
but
it?
It's so
I know.
nice. It's perfect.
It runs smoothly all the time.
It's just the
never
best.
smells.
Never. No, but I have some crystals that I use to kind of like help me keep my cool on the subway.
Nice.
And I like to cleanse those a little bit more.
Uh-huh.
Just because I use them all the time.
Yeah.
And I feel like that is a hard job.
Yeah.
That's a big ask from a crystal to like help me not lose my damn mind on the R train.
Oh yeah. I have a lot of rage directed specifically.
They're collecting a lot of negative energy.
Yeah. So with that, I feel like I cleanse those a little bit more than maybe I would that imaginary amethyst geode that's just being beautiful in the bedroom.
Yeah.
I also have some thoughts on sort of this like negative positive energy. I think energy is energy, and I know that we can always you walk into a room and sometimes you get kind of an icky vibe. Maybe that's bad vibes or negative energy, or maybe it's just something passing through. I'm working on this idea of sort of not being too attached to my mentor was telling me about this, and I've latched on and I love it, but I'm very much working on it, not being too attached to this sort of good or bad or assigning any of those labels. Like, it's just energy, things are just moving through. Because if you're constantly obsessed with like, oh, the negative energies, like that's no way to live your life. But if you're also constantly obsessed with I'm so happy, everything's so good, that's also psychotic. It's just like everything is an ebb and a flow. A lot of times, there's always MTA exceptions, but a lot of times these quote unquote negative energies are just moments for us to learn and grow.
I love that. I mean, I that's also like a very Buddhist idea too. I feel like nothing is good or bad. It just is, It
just is. Yeah. And that's not to say you can't enjoy or dislike something. That's fine. Right. But it's just about not assigning so much weight and importance.
I like that. I like that a lot. It feels very calming. Because then you're not like, oh my god, it's bad, oh my god, it's good, like that. You're just like more accepting and letting things flow through you. I like that.
And I like that with crystals too. I actually had someone once get very like, I've never cleansed them. I'm like, it's fine. It's like just go do it now, it's okay. Right. It's not the end of the world.
I know. I do feel pretty guilty. I feel like I feel like I almost never cleanse my crystals, and I do like feel like pangs of guilt of like, God damn it, Kate, you should have. There was a full moon last night. You missed that opportunity.
Yeah. And you know what? That's okay. It's fine. And with new moon energies, so this is a phrase that I'm quoting and I love: as the moon fills, so do we. So the new moon is the dark sky. It's a good place to start, and that isn't. There's all sorts of crystal rituals around the new and the full moon, but it's not always necessarily associated with putting them in the window to cleanse them. That's like cleansing and charging with the full moon light. So you actually didn't miss anything.
Good. I knew that. No, I didn't. No, that's great. Thank you, Laura.
There's all sorts of different sort of cleansing rituals you can do at any phase of the moon, but just kind of like a basic, as the moon fills, so do we, and under the bright light of the full moon is when we can really charge ourselves and the stones.
Cool. So in about 28 days, I will put my crystals on the windowsill.
Set that timer. Set that calendar alert.
Put it in my calendar. Cool. So tell us about more how you use crystals and like how that ties into your practice. I want to hear more about your crystal healing and your Reiki healing.
Yeah, sure. So I can do a quick little walkthrough of what a one-on-one session would look like with me. So you come in, I have all my crystals laid out. I have you sit down. I go through a quick little sort of grounding meditation, some nice deep breaths. I have you open your eyes and select stones. You can select as many or as few as you want. And the stones you select and in what order you select them help us together tap into where you are subconsciously, which is a big thing. Because, people come in for healing, but even myself included, I can be like, I want some healing because I'm really mad. And then you're like, oh, I'm actually really not mad. I'm actually like sad about that or disappointed, right? It's like human life is hard. And we, so it's nice to just kind of really get a nice sort of clearer sense of where you are subconsciously, not where you think you are.
Yeah.
And then we start the body work, the body layouts. So I find my most common session is an hour long. So I have someone lay on a massage table usually, or if I'm in someone's home, it can be on a yoga mat with sort of pillows under their knees, a nice restorative moment. And I lay crystals on and around the body, which could be, third eye, hands, and we can tap into chakras a little bit too here, because a lot of it is chakra placements. Mm-hmm. And I then do energy work.
What does that look like?
What do you mean?
Like, what do you mean by energy work?
Got it.
Yeah.
Reiki.
Assume our listeners don't know what you're talking about.
It's like I do this with my
Our
hands.
listeners. Meaning us. Yeah.
Meaning us. No, so then I start doing Reiki and sending energy into the body. I use my hands. I do hands-on placements where I can hover my hands just above the body. If you're not, in the mood for me to touch you, that's fine too. And Reiki literally translates to universal life energy. And it's about sort of channeling. I'm going to use the word energy a million more times, all in the same sentence. It's about channeling that innate, inherent, beautiful, pure energy that is around us all the time that sometimes we just lose touch with. So I take a moment to sort of gather myself, and then I start channeling this energy, and I send it to you through my hands. And I will sometimes channel it directly through, often I'll channel it directly through the crystals to kind of enhance their inherent abilities as well.
That's so awesome.
Yeah.
We should do a whole other episode about channeling, I think, too. At some
know.
point. I feel like it's a whole other subject. Like, it's not a different subject. It's just so, I'm sure there's a lot of info on how to channel energy through various sources and means.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's also, it appears in so many different arts in terms of, there's Reiki, but, I did, Tai Chi in college, and, they talk a lot about,
meditation.
Meditation and yoga use this kind of stuff, but, and to great effect. It's very relaxing for a lot of people, and, meditative, and, help you reset.
So, can you tell us a little bit about the crystals you brought today and your favorite ones?
So I brought a ton of crystals.
Yay! Okay, so we'll post pictures of these crystals on our Instagram, but tell us a bit about, these are all super cool looking.
Yes, so we'll start here with Prinite and Epidote. Epidote is this sort of chunky, sort of black looking situation. If you have a bright enough light, it shines bright green. It's very cool.
Ooh.
This combination is very heart centered. These stones are about love and who heals the healer. So it's about healing the earth and healing yourself. And when you're constantly taking care of someone else, and that can manifest itself in all the different ways, who's taking care of you? I think that's something that we often forget.
Yeah.
We are really busy helping other people, but you got to take a moment to reset or you're going to burn out.
Yeah.
So that's a big thing here. And the Epidote is really all about all this love that you've been sending out into the world, getting it back the same way. But it's kind of sassy too, because if you're being a twerp all the time, it's going to be can you knock that off? And it's going to give you back those energies that you're sending out into the world.
Gotcha. I love the idea of a sassy stone.
I love, you know what? Me too. There's another one that I can take out called Stibnite. This is Stibnite.
Ooh.
Isn't that just crazy looking? It's very intense.
Yeah. Wow. Can I touch?
Oh yeah, of course.
This
just grows that way.
That's insane.
Isn't that wild?
It's like a long, shiny.
It looks like pencil lead.
Yeah, it does. It does.
But it's the one that I have right here is grown in this kind of funky, fun, almost like cactus shape.
Yeah.
So cool. We'll post a picture. So this is another stone that's a little bit sassy. Stibnite is ruled by Pluto, the underworld, all that stuff.
We love Pluto.
You're yay, Pluto. And it's all about accomplishing your goals, but you better know what you want exactly, or it's just going to bring more chaos.
Oh.
If you don't have a really sort of strong idea, I'd like to accomplish A, B, and C, it's just going to bring you nonsense until you figure it out.
I love that.
Sounds like my life.
So maybe we'll just put up one down by you.
Yeah.
If anything, it's just helping you get more clear.
Yeah.
Right?
No, yeah, exactly.
I just love that idea though of this powerful crystal just being
Yeah.
I'm just gonna keep throwing shit at you until you figure it out.
Yeah.
I love that.
But it is, I also very wholeheartedly believe this, sassy stone or not, every crystal's only going to do good.
Oh, okay.
I actually had someone ask me that once, what's a stone for my enemies? And I was like,
Whoa.
this is not, we shouldn't be having this conversation. You're talking to the
Stop
wrong
talking
person.
to me,
Yeah, that's a no.
That's a hard pass. No, none of them. And no crystal is going to do something bad. If anything else, it'll just, example with the Stibnite, bring you nonsense so you realize that you need more clarity. Lessons can be hard to learn.
Bring you nonsense. I really like
bring
that.
in nonsense.
Bring in nonsense.
Yep.
How do you say it again?
Stibnite.
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 Stibnite. Bring in nonsense.
Bring in nonsense.
That's how to remember that.
I mean, it doesn't want to.
Right.
It wants to help you manifest, your goals
It's
and
like,
extreme clarity.
yeah, but
it
get
just
your shit together,
exactly.
Sheila.
It requires you to get your shit together.
Yeah, I like it.
I love that too. Then we have a blue lace agate, which is all about communication and confidence. So that could be, there's lots of layers here. One, agates are generally more like a diffuse, soothing energy, kind of like the way the stone is banded. I imagine that's the way the kind of energy moves out. Which isn't always a bad thing. You don't always need a stone that's going 200 miles an hour. Sometimes you can use a slower, lower vibration. Slow and steady wins the race, right? That's a idea with agates. You guys can touch these, it's fine. Blue lace agate. This is about confidence and communication, so it can help you literally pick and know the right words to say. Part of why I brought it today.
We should have one in our studio, like
Right,
always.
yeah.
Just like big.
Yeah,
Just
like
how
How
huge.
big do they come?
It's a huge agate.
So, but it can also help if you are over communicating. I am someone that
very
if if it's a social situation, say a party, and I don't know anyone there, I will either hide in the corner and not speak or just talk too much because I'm nervous.
Yeah.
So
same.
that can help with both sides of that stone.
Yeah.
Helping me just be confident. Hi, I'm here. I'm ready. I'm married, but I'm ready to mingle. I'm not single, still ready to mingle. Or, you know what, Laura, you've been talking too much because you're nervous. Like, be quiet for a second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I love that. I should carry
purposeful
one of
communication.
Yeah, it's a beautiful color.
those. Write that down.
Blue lace agate. Write it.
Okay.
Then we have a chevron amethyst. Chevron amethyst, it just comes from sort of that chevron-y pattern.
Yeah.
This has a lot of the properties of amethyst in it, but it's extremely intuitive, like very much third eye. Amethyst, just regular amethyst, is kind of like a spa day and a crystal. It's very soothing. You feel very held. And this guy, especially the sort of generator, this point that I have, it is like third eye beam. So that's another thing we didn't really get into because that's a whole other thing, but crystal shapes.
Yeah.
The thought of, so this, and we'll post a picture of the chevron amethyst generator, the point that I have, where there's a point on a crystal, that's where the energy is going. So you'll see a lot of times people, like, what's his name, Spencer Pratt? He's like from the hills or something. He like has his own like crystal
I
thing
was
now.
like, I know that name, but I didn't know he had a crystal.
He's obsessed with crystals. He has pictures of him with giant ones of these. Like, oh, yeah, see?
Yeah, he's super into them. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Maybe we can also post that picture.
Yes, please. Can we post? I'm definitely gonna
Yes,
post that
yes.
picture.
When in doubt, just Google Spencer Pratt crystals, and he'll guide you. Like, see,
That's amazing.
he takes a crystal the size of this table, and we'll just hold it up to his third eye. I love it. I love it.
I love this. Oh my god, yes.
But anywho, very seriously, the point is like a laser beam. So you can do this, you can laser beam that way, you can laser beam into your third eye. It's wonderful.
I love that. Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, I did want to talk about that because so I personally find myself more drawn to. I know there's this GIF of Spencer Pratt. If I can post a GIF on Instagram, I will.
Is it the blue one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have it too.
It's just playing on repeat on my computer because I love it so much.
It's so good.
But okay, so I personally, when I go shopping, I feel like it's this bullshit kind of attitude that I have of like, oh, the more rough and untumbled stones are better or more powerful or those are more natural. But like I read that most practitioners don't really think either or. Like tumbled or not, they still are useful.
Of course they're still useful. It just depends on what you want to do. Something that's very smooth, a sphere, a spherical shape, so like a crystal ball, which is not used for scrying or anything. That's going to be a very diffuse energy. This guy is like shooting back and forth.
stab
This is
knight,
the stibnite, yeah.
Stibnite.
No, stab knight, that's fine. No, stibnite. Or this point. Really, the shape of the crystal gets super important when it comes to grids. But if you're just using them, it's all about what you're drawn to. Maybe you're just a lady who likes a rough stone.
Yeah. Also
Right,
another
okay.
t-shirt.
That's it, the next tote bag.
Well, yeah. Oh, so I did want to talk about that too. So there's just real quickly, there's different ways to use them, like we talked about, like wearing them, putting them around in your home, displaying them, but also gridding. So can you just really briefly describe what is gridding?
It does get very intense very quickly when it comes to crystal grids. People can get very overwhelmed. And something that my mentor said, which I love, and I'll repeat, 3's a grid. If you have 3 crystals, you put them in a pretty little thing next to wherever you want to, your desk, your bed. That's a grid.
Okay.
That's fine.
Cool.
If you want to get super intense, you can do the sort of quartz points. You can really look up a lot of crystal grids online because part of it is visual. They're absolutely gorgeous. And I think people sometimes forget that the fact that it's pretty can be enough. Like, that can be a lot. It can get very serious broken down into their the crystal structure, like if it's orthombic, things like that. Like the different way the crystal is cellularly structured gives it a different property.
But essentially, it's just about putting them in certain shapes depending on whatever shape that is. It could be something like whatever those words were that you talked about.
No, that's like okay. So let's just talk through it really quick. Say you have an amethyst and you have 3 quartz points. You put your amethyst in the middle and you put your quartz points. Say you want to diffuse more calmness and serenity in your life. You got your amethyst in the middle. You got your quartz points, and you're going to point them out. So the pointy part is like, quote unquote, like shooting the amethyst energy into the space.
Cool.
Yeah.
That sounds nice. It also sounds pretty.
Very pretty. And nice. Very soothing.
So quickly, I just wanted to talk about the water charging. So I was reading about this, and I'd never done this before, but I kind of want to try it. But they suggested, of course, putting it in a separate bottle, put a crystal in a like dry, airtight, separate bottle, and then putting that within like a pitcher or cooler or like another bigger bottle of water. So it doesn't
I always
touch
recommend that just to be safe.
So you don't leach any accidental minerals or anything into the water itself.
There's some really cool crystals that have arsenic in them. It's just like, just play it safe.
Yeah. But I love that idea. And then like people believe that, you know, if you then the energy from that crystal charges that water, and then you can drink that water with that energy infused in it, which I think is neat. Like apparently it's a very trendy thing, and they sell lots of like water. I'm sure like Urban Outfitters, I'm sure they have like a crystal charging bottle with like a reservoir inside of it or something.
They sell them a lot of places, and from what I've heard, people can't keep them on the shelves.
Yeah. That's cool. I never heard of that before.
You know what? I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
We were offline, we were just talking about how I like to use crystals, and I'm very new to this. Like I just started going. I always like to go into any kind of pagan shop I cross. I'm like, ooh, pagan shop, and I just go inside, and I just have started like slowly amassing a small collection of crystals that I really love. And so I have like bought a cage necklace, and I just change them out depending on my mood of the day or what I'm trying to channel. Citrune's really powerful. This one gives me a lot of like, I feel like very powerful wearing it. I feel like I get a lot of
amazing.
Like growth in my career and my work success and money with that. Like
abundance.
Yes,
abundance.
a lot of abundance.
I love it.
Sometimes it's too much abundance. There's like a period of time where I was like, ooh, I'm getting too intense with this stone. I
gotta retire
I
this
gotta
stone.
like put it back a little to switch it up for some clear quartz for a bit.
Yeah.
But I like my boyfriend gave me a rose quartz bracelet for our 2nd year anniversary, and apparently that's the crystal. He looked this up. I don't know if this is true, but it's the crystal for 2 years anniversary. So aside from being very much about love and if I'm going out at night and I don't want to get too drunk, I'll wear my amethyst stone. So it's just nice. And again, like with everything, with tarot, with astrology, I still just like the mindfulness of it. And that's
absolutely. And
they're
even just
pretty.
having it like a talisman.
Yeah.
So say you're going out and everyone's like, let's get one more drink. And you're like, okay. And you look down, oh, my amethyst. You know what? I gotta be up at 7 a.m. tomorrow. Maybe I won't. Yeah. It can even just be that sort of visual reminder, which can be nice.
Totally.
Like tapping into your own subconscious, I think, is something you said earlier. But that's much about, like, I feel like that's so much about let me try that again. That's so much what a lot of these practices are about, is using things as a vessel to communicate with yourself.
Yes.
You know?
Absolutely.
Totally. Yeah. It's actually funny because at my old job, I used to, I had a coworker who's a friend of mine, and he's very much a cynic, but he would ask me about my crystals every day, which one I was wearing. And so then it got to the point where he remembered what they stood for. So every day I'd come in with a crystal, and he'd be like, oh, so I see you're feeling a little muddied. Like, yeah, I see you're looking for some clarity. Like he knew like what the crystals meant by the end of our time working together, which was really funny. Okay, cool. So at the end of every episode, we like to draw a card from our crystal or tarot deck and then talk about the meaning. So as this is the crystals episode, let's do wait. I was gonna be like, let's do the tarot deck, but that's a lame joke. Okay, so as this is the crystal episode, let's draw from our crystal deck. Okay, so I got this crystal deck published by Chronicle Books. You can find it online. It's just called Crystals the Stone Deck. The text is by Andrew Smart and the photographs are by Jason White. And we'll post the picture of the card we draw as well. But Laura, as our special guest, would you mind drawing our crystal card of the week?
I don't want to look because I know the pictures. Ooh, tiger eye.
Yay.
Yeah.
That is a good one. I like that one.
All right, let me read the card. What
Yes.
it is, tiger eye is a gold-brown quartz displaying a light-reflecting optical phenomenon known as chatoyance or cat's eye that appears just below the stone's surface. Who needs it? The currently overthinking and mood-swinging Geminis and Virgos.
Shady. I love it.
Yeah. Where to put it? In a string of prayer beads hanging from your middle finger, counted during meditation along with your blessings. When to use it? When your thoughts are not your friends, when reading Jungian theories or attempting to decipher a Zen koan. I'm not sure how to say that word either. Ooh. When you're all roar and not enough purr. When only equanimity of mind, body, spirit, left brain, and right brain can get you square with universe. In the little tagline, balance your whole being.
Wow.
I love Tiger Eye. Tiger Eye is, it balances and brings together the energies of the sun and the earth. So, and they kind of talked about that too, like balancing left and right brain, all roar, not enough purr, just really getting centered so you can accomplish things. Tiger Eye is very lower chakras, very solar plexus, which is the fire in your, the fire in your belly, and willpower, accomplishment, things like that.
Cool. I love Tiger's Eye. I always kind of thought of it as also not like citrine in the terms of abundance, but very like, I always think of it as very power career oriented. Is that wrong?
No, I don't think that's wrong at all. And also sometimes you need that to achieve abundance.
Yeah.
They all tie together.
They all tie together.
And that's another thing. I think sometimes people, I'm getting off on a tangent. I think sometimes people think I'll buy a rose quartz and then I'll find a husband or a wife. And it's like, no, you can't just have a rose quartz and sit in your bedroom and expect a wedding to happen.
Really?
Like, I know. Can you believe it? So I don't really prescribe to that either. Just buy the stone and hold it every Wednesday and life will be different. No, you also have to take action.
Yeah. They're just, again, like everything we've been kind of discovering on this podcast is like all of these are just tools to better assist you in whatever it is that you're seeking.
100%.
Yeah, it's always how you use them. Yeah.
Is there anything that you would say in terms of like covering crystals and this sort of subject that you feel like we haven't talked about, or that, if there's one thing you have to know, it's this?
If there's one thing you have to know, it's to go with your gut. I think a lot of people are really interested in bringing crystals into their lives. And I know we covered sort of selection, but once you walk into that store, it still can be overwhelming. So I think it's really just following your intuition, and there's no wrong answer, and you're not going to pick the wrong stone.
Yeah.
Cool.
So just remembering to stay calm and collected.
Awesome.
Love it.
Laura, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you so much for being here.
It's been amazing. We've learned so much. How can people reach you? How can people hire you to do some healing for them? Or where can people find you online?
You can find me online. Just my general website is www.goldenwillowhealing.com. And there's a contact form on there, or you can just directly email me, Laura, Laura, at goldenwillowhealing.com. You can also find me on Instagram, same Golden Willow Healing. You can DM me on there. I love a DM on Instagram.
Be careful what you wish
Yeah,
for.
so you're saying yes, slide
Yes.
into your DMs.
Yes.
Slide on in with those crystal questions only, please.
Amazing. I'm definitely, we're definitely going to follow you, and this has been amazing.
Awesome.
So I'm Kate.
I'm Emily. Don't forget to like and subscribe to
Yeah,
this podcast.
please download
Rate
and
us 5 stars.
All the good things that podcasts need to keep going, and you can find us on witchcastpodcast.com. And until next time,
Hex
Yeah.
Cause it's Witchcast.